Dogecoin, that's a hot topic. We'll get into it because I can clip this up and make it into a fucking YouTube thing, and then it'll get people to follow the podcast. Dogecoin is, if you haven't heard of it, you probably haven't looked at any of the fucking news or things that Elon Musk says or whatever, and why the fuck would you? Who gives a fuck? But Dogecoin recently, within the past few months, has come into the limelight of fucking popular culture, so to speak. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a tale of when exactly I bought into it, because it was much sooner than all of you listening, or much earlier. Maybe not. Maybe some of you bought it earlier. Maybe some of you bought more than I did. So in around August of 2019, anyway, sorry, I get all over the place. Dogecoin is a popular thing. You can Google it and figure out what's happening with it. It's fucking skyrocketing, and it's only a few cents, right? Like, it's only like 50 some odd cents right now at the time that I'm recording this episode. And that seems insignificant, but it doesn't seem insignificant to people like me that invested way, way before everybody else. So in about 2019, before all this GameStop shit and this Wall Street bet stuff ever fucking happened this past year because everybody's bored in coronavirus, let me get a sip of this beer. In August of 2019, I invested in a shit ton of fucking Bitcoin. Or not Bitcoin. I'd be loaded. Shit ton of Dogecoin. And I did this not because anything was telling me to do it, but I was looking on an app known as Robinhood. And they had a bunch of things on there. One of those things was Dogecoin. I saw a little bit about it in the media, and people like were fucking making fun of it or whatever. It's like a meme coin that popped up a few years prior to that. And I was looking at how it fluctuates day in and day out. And I was like, looking at my buddy, and I was like, I was in the middle of the desert in Arizona, sitting on a fucking hill with next to him. We were just fucking talking, and I was like, hey, dude, we could throw some money at this. Look at this thing. It just bounces by fraction of a cent, like up and down all fucking day. You could throw in at the fucking bottom, you could throw in a couple $100, and then by the end of next week, we could have $400. So essentially, we both put in a few $100 thinking like, oh, we're going to double our money. So I put in about $400 and roughly got $100,000. Or not 100,000, 100,000 Dogecoins. And at the time, it was like, cool. You know, I got it at 0.0019, less than a penny. And I thought nothing of it, really. And so through the course of the week, we were hanging out, talking about it, and we're like, oh, it's up and down and whatever. And wasn't really doing much. And so over time, I just forgot about it. And then I'd look at it every so often, and it'd fluctuate and whatever. And then for some reason over 2020, everybody's real bored, and they start finding out about Dogecoin, and it starts going up by like a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean, it's not even a penny yet. And so then it keeps fluctuating, and nothing really fucking occurs. But I'm like, yeah, it's up at $1,000 right now. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, that's fucking cool. And then it'd go down and down, and then whatever the so then eventually the fucking GameStop shit happens, right? That's this year. And then after that, you know, and you can look up the GameStop stuff too. Personally, and this is me personally, a lot of people are like investing in GameStop even to this day. And it's like, yeah, it's cool that fucking Wall Street Bets pushed it up, but really it's silly. It's a dying fucking thing, right? And you could look at Dogecoin and say that's silly too because it's worthless. It's got an endless supply of they can mine as many as they want for eternity. But then everyone kind of avoids the subject about Ethereum. It's the same fucking thing. Bitcoin is literally one of the only ones that there's a end of the supply. You can't keep mining it. But everything else, just fucking mine it. And I don't know how that process goes. I'm not a fucking expert on crypto. But a lot of people like to talk shit about Dogecoin and say it's not real and all this other stuff. But it's all fucking fake. Even fiat currency, which is a term that I learned 3 months ago, that fucking money's called fiat currency. Everybody says shit trying to be fancy and they just learned it on Wikipedia. Fuck you. It's cash money, bitch. You know, you think Wu-Tang Clan was singing about fucking fiat currency? Get fucked. Fiat currency rules everything around me. Fiat cream, get the money. No, it's not that. It's cash rules everything around me, fuckers. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Fiat rules everything around me. Fuck you. You never heard fiat. That's a thing that people do. They like to sound fancy as fuck and go, oh, you've never heard of fiat currency? Fuck you. Fuck you. It's cash and dollar bills, bitch. No, I never heard fiat up until fucking a few months ago. The closest I heard of fiat was a fucking car from Europe. Bunch of assholes trying to be all fancy. It's the same people that fucking talk about, oh, the book was better. Fuck you. Fiat currency. And it might be called that. It might have been called that forever. I never heard that. But that's fucking dumb. That's some fucking foo-foo shit right there. Fiat currency. What are you trying to do? You're trying to position yourself intellectually above me? Well, guess what? You didn't really have to try that hard. Fiat currency. Fucking suck a cock, you dumb fucks. Everybody who like just learned about the term fiat currency or whatever the fuck it is, fiat, like fiat recently, and they're like trying to act like, oh, I do that forever. Like, what kind of fucking bullshit? That's such a I'm flexing on you intellectually. Get fucked. Get fucked. You're as dumb as the rest of us. Fiat currency. Fucking suck a dick. Anyway, so long story short, I got a shit ton of fucking Dogecoin. I got a shit ton of it, and it's fucking shooting to the moon, dude. Shooting. And yeah, everybody that was talking shit about it, I could literally take that fucking Dogecoin and buy a fucking house with it. And especially that they announced that this app known as Coinbase, is now going to have it in the next 2 months. They're going to have it as one of their fucking coins they support. Because right now you can go on Coinbase and you can't, which is an app that's actually like a crypto wallet, where it's like you actually own the crypto, as opposed to Robinhood, like, which I have Dogecoin on. It's you can't do shit with it. Like, you're buying it, but somebody else owns it or some shit, but you can't do anything with it. Like, you can't. It's actually like that's why I think a lot of people think that it's garbage, because you can't use it to buy anything. You can't fucking transfer it to other cryptos. You can buy it and sell it and show people that you have this amount. Like, I could show people the numbers on the fucking screen that, oh, look at this much. But realistically, it's nothing. Like, and people are right about that if you buy it on Robinhood. But if you buy it, when it comes to Coinbase, you actually have your unique fucking crypto wallet that you could actually transfer it into other cryptos. You could use it to pay your buddies when you get beer. It's going to be a game changer. I think, like, now, recently, like, everybody in my friends group or my circle know I had it, and a lot of people bought it because they saw that when it went from like 0.001 to like 4 cents, and I was like, holy fuck. Like, everybody was like, holy shit, you weren't fucking lying. And so then a lot of people jumped on board, and then this past few weeks has been nuts with it. And I was telling people when it got to like 40 cents, I was like, I don't know if it's a good idea, because like you'd have to throw in a shit ton of money to actually make anything that's worthwhile. Because when I do investments, I don't look at like if I'm doing stocks and whatever, that's a different thing. But like with crypto, it's like I got to have like a massive yield to even bother with it. So like I look for really cheap cryptos, or Ethereum, that is actually something that has more value and you can use it to purchase stuff, and Bitcoin and whatnot. I don't have any Bitcoin, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there, I have a few cryptos that are actually like the main ones, and then I've got other ones like all this bullshit like that's just really cheap, and I try to get a quick buck on it. Dogecoin's the most successful version of what I've been doing with crypto. Like actually Dogecoin brought me into even trading stocks. So I won't get into my portfolio because I don't want to give advice on what you should get, but what I will say is that what I do personally is I have a few things that I fuck around with, like Dogecoin was one of them. I don't really fuck with it though because now it's real. But my stocks, I am the type of investor now that I don't really day trade. I've seen a lot of my friends, a lot of people, including myself in the past, get in trouble with day trading. Like, there's the thing that I've been posting on stories about panic selling, because a lot of people will fucking see that the stock goes down and they're like, oh fuck, I gotta retain some of my cash, and then they fucking ditch, and it just makes it go exponentially down further. That's kind of what was happening with Dogecoin the past few weeks, or the past week. Everybody's panic selling. They're panic selling because they saw Elon Musk on fucking SNL, and what did they expect? Fucking ridiculous. The thing about it is, like, Robinhood I don't like, and I said it before, is like, they've been doing shady shit when like when people are coordinating to make massive moves, and it's actually illegal what they do. And they're in I think I saw on the news that they're going to be they're getting sued because of it, because specifically Dogecoin was just fucking skyrocketing, and they fucking shut down the ability to trade. And maybe this would happen one time, but they do this habitually with crypto specifically. They shut down any ability to trade crypto on there, because people on the internet will talk to each other and go, okay, now buy a bunch of fucking thing, and they buy, and then fucking somebody sees the feed or whatever, or they see that it's going crazy on Robinhood, and they're like, shut it down, and they're like, oh, scheduled maintenance. Like, are you fucking retarded? Like, in the past, like in the stock market, maybe you could get away with it when there was no internet, but these days, anybody committing any sort of fucking crimes or whatever on the internet, you're probably going to get caught. It's impossible to get away with shit. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you shouldn't have fucking accepted fucking Dogecoin if you're not going to let it just trade freely. It's fucking bullshit. So, like, for me, like, Robinhood, it's kind of like, I've got TD Ameritrade and Webull and other things, but I just don't like how Robinhood has been fucking stifling the ability to trade freely. If it's going to shoot to the fucking moon, if it's going to go to $1,000, let it fucking happen. I understand that there's an issue with cash flow, like, on any given day with that amount of money, like, they try to deny it, but you can just read through all the bullshit. There's a cash flow issue when it comes to it, because I don't know exactly how it works, because I'm not really that smart about the stock market, but they have to send, the exchanges have to send money or whatever to the actual companies or something, however that fucking works. I don't really fucking know, but so don't listen to me. Maybe somebody comment about it or whatever that's smart about it, but Robinhood, it appears like whenever there's an issue with like overbuying or overselling, it just seems like they stifle this shit, and it's like controlling it. I don't get it. Like, let the fucking shit fucking shoot through the moon, and then people make a shit ton of money. There's people that lose money. It's all, from what I understand, it's free and clear. People are, especially with crypto, maybe stocks is a different thing, because you got to like offer the stocks for somebody to buy. They have to buy it, and you have to trade like that. It has to be facilitated through an exchange. Well, crypto is completely different. It's peer-to-peer. So if I go, I want to sell this, there's somebody else that fucking grabs that shit up. Or there's a bunch of people that grab that shit up from me. Say I'm like, have 10,000 shares of crypto, whatever specific coin, not Doge or whatever. And I go, here's 10,000 coins. There's probably enough people out there that have 10,000, that demand 10,000 coins, and they get it from all over the place. It's peer-to-peer. So essentially, you don't really need an exchange. It just facilitates the transaction. It's like eBay facilitating your sale of a dildo to fucking Margaret down the road, and she's bidding on it, and her and a fucking Margaret and Catherine are in like a vicious eBay battle over your dildo that you used, you know, and they're like, well, she put, you know, she's got a reserve bid of $3 because it's literally been used. It's kind of broken in half. You can see some of the fucking vaginal fluid on there just dried and crusted because, you know, Gertrude doesn't clean that shit off. And so, you know, she puts it on there and she's like a reserve of $3.99. And fucking, then they have a battle war because they're like, we know she gets off to that shit. And so they battle. And, you know, Margaret wins because she's a dirty old whore. And she bid $5. She got Gertrude's fucking dildo. And so eBay will take a little bit out of that and to facilitate the trade. Well, crypto is completely fucking different. It's peer-to-peer. So apps like Coinbase, those are fucking fantastic. They do take a little bit, but they don't take they don't go, hold up, I gotta put the money down and go like this, make sure everybody's right, and then eventually give it to it. It's like an immediate transaction. So anyway, that's how dildos relate to crypto and fucking stocks. I think, and I mean that because Robinhood kind of, I look at it as a dildo. It's too trendy. I don't like how they stifle people from just fucking shooting that shit to the moon. Dogecoin right now would be over $1. I'm convinced it would be over $1 if they didn't shut that shit down. It turns off a lot of people, and I think they trade the most. I think Robinhood passes the most Dogecoin than anybody else. But game over when fucking Coinbase comes online. Then that makes it real. When Coinbase takes fucking Doge, when they're supporting Dogecoin, that's when fucking Dogecoin becomes real. And then you can fucking trade. You can pay for beers. Your buddy gives you a blowjob and you owe him $5 for that. You know, Gertrude sells her dildo. You can pay her with fucking Dogecoin. She just got to scan your QR code in your unique wallet. It's good. I can't wait for it. I have sold some of my Dogecoin. I've made a pretty fucking profit. And so I am a part of the Doge army. I'm one of those people that holds. And but I have sold a little bit because like J.G. Wentworth, it's my money and I need it now.